Welcome back. Sluggish day. We have the Nifty, which is down around 180 odd points. We have the Sensex, which is shed over 600 odd points as we speak at this point in time. A couple of stocks within the entire healthcare space are managing to buck the trend. So Divi's Lab stands out. That stock is up around 1.5%. Maybe we can also pull up Gland Pharma, where there was some positive news with regards to their medical device facility. They have indicated that the US FDA had inspected it in August, and now they've received the establishment inspection report indicating closure of the inspection. Stock is holding up in a weak market, up around 0.2%. So that's what's taking place in terms of specific stocks. But let's move on to the auto space then. Hyundai India has clocked its best ever annual sales in 2022 with more than 5.5 lakh units sold. Interestingly, this was the company's highest ever domestic sales since inception. The premium and the Creta Venue products accounted for around 47% of the CY22 sales. Parikshit Luthra caught up with Tarun Garg, who's the newly appointed Chief Operating Officer at Hyundai, and began by asking him about the new launches and what kind of growth the company is expecting this year.
2022 was a great year for us, and that was primarily because, we were able to spot the customer trends, the movement towards SUVs, and as you mentioned in your opening statement that SUVs contributed 53% to our overall sales. So we had a great year. Tucson, our flagship SUV, also saw a very good response. We were selling about 1,000 Tucsons a year, and now we're looking at 5,000, 6,000. So the whole paradigm is shifting. And as far as 23 is concerned, I think there are a lot of positives going. We can clearly see that the Indian economy is much more resilient. The tax collections are high. The stock market is doing well. The general positive sentiment. There are challenges, of course. We don't know what's going to happen to this new COVID in China. Of course, the global economy is showing signs, because of the inflation. So there are challenges as well. But I think momentum is good enough, and we should hope for a good year. I know you're looking at a growth number, but what I have learned in the last 2-3 years is that let's not try to really put a number to yearly growth. Let's take it month by month, quarter by quarter, and we'll definitely end up better than what we anticipate if we try to do an annual growth forecast.
Right. Rather than going into hard numbers on production volumes, could you give us a sense of how do you see the SUV segment for Hyundai growing and overall the SUV segment in the industry growing as well?
Yeah, so you have seen that last year, as far as industry is concerned, SUVs contributed 42% to the overall industry, whereas for Hyundai, the number was 53%. We believe that there is a lot more upside still to it, and we at Hyundai probably are looking at somewhere between 55 to 60% SUVs in calendar year 23, and I believe that even industry would somewhere be between 45 and 50%. So this surge towards SUVs will continue, primarily because of customers really liking for the design, for the technology, for the fuel options, petrol, diesel, turbo. So all these things, and that the body stands, the way you can look at the road, all these things are really going for SUVs.
Right. I would also like to ask you about your launch plans for this year. You have the Ioniq, which is going to be showcased and launched at the Auto Expo. Give us a sense of the product plans, the product launch plans for this year.
Look, Hyundai has always been at the forefront of launching products. You could have seen that even in the last 3 years, which were plagued by COVID, we launched more than 10 products. So yes, Ioniq 5, we are very excited because it is the World Car of the Year, and we are very happy to launch it. You saw the iconic Gateway of India, display that we had. We are receiving some very good traction. Beyond Ioniq, of course, there will be more models. You know that I cannot talk about them. But with Hyundai, you can always expect some exciting models, new models, also some facelifts, full model changes. So I think 23 will be an exciting year. And as and when time comes, we'll keep you updated.
Okay. Could you give us a sense of the number of products, if not the exact models?
Look, I would like to keep it at that yes, please expect more from us, and we'll deliver.
All right. Tell us about the Ioniq 5, sir. Compared to the Kia EV6, which is a completely imported model into India, and the price is somewhere around 70 lakhs. What will be the production format, the export format for the Ioniq 5, and what will be the possible price range?
Look, we fully understand that, of course, Ioniq 5 is a very premium product, and we understand that customers' expectations from us are not only the product should be good, but also the pricing should be such that it makes, it can make it, it is not really targeting a very, very niche segment. So we are aware of that. So please wait till 11th. And we are not looking at a CBU option. We are looking at, some localization as well. So please brace up for a good price. And 11th of January, at the Auto Expo, you will see the price unveiled. And we believe that Ioniq 5 will be really creating a new segment. Vehicle to load function is something very, very exciting. You have seen what it can do, at the Gateway of India launch as well.
Any headwinds to growth that you see this year, sir?
Like I mentioned, very difficult to put a number to it. Of course, now the base is high. As you know, 22 was the highest ever, volume. We had sales of 3.8 million. So we cannot expect that kind of, high double-digit growth. But like I said, there are many positive factors in 23 as well. So surely we are expecting some growth to happen. Now, what percentage? Very difficult to say. And I think we should, like I said earlier, if we want to end up at a higher number, we should take it month by month and quarter by quarter. And I'm sure all of us together as an auto industry should be able to maneuver the challenges and leverage the so many positives and end up at a better number.
All right, so interesting conversation coming in out there. The industry is definitely shifting towards SUV, and Hyundai has made the most of it with their launches. With that, so we'll do a short break. On the other side, Manisha Gupta joins in with all things commodities. Saif Muqaddam accompanies her.